What if the only thing standing between you and your dream life is fear? You've seen the Instagram posts, the stunning mountain views from the back of a cozy van, the freedom to chase sunsets, wake up to ocean waves, and live life on your terms. What if it's not the van, but your mind? Are you afraid of not feeling safe? Worried about being lonely? Maybe it's the thought of running out of money or not having a proper shower for a week. Whatever it is, you're not alone. And the truth is, these fears don't go away by avoiding them. They go away by understanding them. Let's talk about something that stops more people from trying van life than flat tires or engine trouble ever could: fear. It's that tight feeling in your chest when you imagine yourself far from home, off-grid, alone, or faced with a mechanical issue you don't yet know how to fix. It's natural. Fear shows up whenever we step outside the familiar. But here's the part most people don't realize. Fear isn't your enemy. It's a built-in survival tool, a gift from evolution designed to keep you alert and alive. The trouble comes when we confuse caution with paralysis. So many people let fear write the story before they've even packed their bags. They imagine breakdowns, strangers, accidents, loneliness. And yes, those things can happen, but they don't define the experience. What really stops people isn't the fear of danger, it's the fear of discomfort, of not being in control, of not having all the answers. But guess what? Nobody ever does. Once you understand fear is just another voice, one that's often overreacting, you can listen to it without letting it run the show. Let it make you prepared, but don't let it hold you back, because the road is full of unexpected beauty. And you don't need to be fearless to find it, you just need to move anyway. One of the biggest fears that keeps people from jumping into van life is the fear of the unknown. There's something about not having everything mapped out that really gets under our skin. We're wired to crave predictability, knowing where we'll sleep tonight, where our next meal will come from, or even just where we'll find a decent bathroom. Van life tosses that predictability out the window, and for many, that's terrifying. But here's the truth. Every new chapter in life starts with not knowing. Think about it. First jobs, first relationships, moving to a new city. None of those come with a detailed guide, yet we figure it out as we go. Van life is no different. It's just a more mobile, flexible version of life. And the unknowns? They're part of the magic. They're what turn a normal Tuesday into an adventure you'll never forget. Still, that doesn't mean you have to leap in blind. The solution? Smash that like button if you haven't done so already. But no, in all seriousness, the solution is to start small. Do a weekend trip, rent a van, talk to people who've done it. The unknown becomes a lot less intimidating when you chip away at it little by little. Each tiny experience becomes a brick in your confidence. Before you know it, the unknown turns into the unforgettable, and what once scared you becomes the very reason you fell in love with the road. And once you overcome this fear, many people may feel paralyzed by the third fear. Ah yes, limited space. It's one of the first things people bring up when they imagine van life. I could never live in such a tiny area. And it makes sense. We're used to homes with walls we don't bump into, closets full of clothes, drawers stuffed with things we rarely use. So the idea of squeezing your entire life into a van the size of a walk-in closet, it can feel like giving up freedom rather than gaining it. But here's the twist. Van life doesn't limit your space, it redefines it. Suddenly, your living room is a mountaintop, your backyard is the ocean. You trade square footage for wide open skies. And while yes, your indoor space shrinks, your sense of space actually grows. You become more intentional about what you keep, what you carry, and what really matters. And that's where the real magic happens. Of course, it's an adjustment. You'll bump your head, you'll miss your kitchen counter, but you'll also realize you don't need 5 pairs of shoes or a junk drawer to feel at home. The key is learning to live with less stuff and more purpose. And the best way to ease into it? Practice minimalism before you hit the road. Try living out of a single room for a week. You'll be surprised how little you truly need, and how much room that makes for freedom. Speaking of freedom, many people don't like to trade their comfort or fear bad amenities. Let's be honest, comfort is king. And one of the biggest fears about van life is giving that up. No more long hot showers on demand. No plush mattress waiting at the end of the day. No thermostat that keeps things just right with the flick of a switch. For a lot of people, the thought of trading all that for a composting toilet, limited water, and cooking on a portable stove is enough to say no thanks. But here's something that might surprise you. Comfort in van life doesn't disappear, it evolves. You start to appreciate the small wins, a perfect cup of coffee brewed while watching the sunrise at your back doors, a warm shower at a local gym after a hike, the way fresh air and silence replace background noise and fluorescent lighting. It's not the same kind of comfort you're used to, but in many ways, it's richer. The fear of discomfort comes from not knowing how adaptable we really are. Humans are incredibly good at creating cozy corners no matter where we are. The trick is to focus less on replicating a house on wheels and more on redefining what comfort means to you. Add little touches, a good mattress topper, soft lighting, cozy blankets. Make it yours. And when you realize how much joy can come from a simple setup in a beautiful place, those old ideas of comfort, they'll start to feel a lot less important. If there's one fear that looms large over the dream of van life, it's money. The "what if I run out" scenario plays on repeat in people's minds, and it's valid. Living on the road means no steady rent, but it doesn't mean life is free. There's gas, maintenance, food, emergencies, and maybe a campground or two when wild camping isn't an option. That fear of instability, of not having a regular paycheck or a clear financial plan, keeps a lot of people parked in place. But here's the thing, van life is actually one of the most financially flexible lifestyles out there. The key is planning smartly and creatively. You don't have to quit your job and take off tomorrow. Start saving, build a small emergency fund, learn skills you can offer remotely, writing, photography, graphic design, virtual assistants, even seasonal gigs on the road. Plenty of people fund their van life through freelance work, remote jobs, or passion projects that finally had room to grow once they stepped out of the 9-to-5 grind. The fear of running out of money is real, but so is the freedom to build a life that costs less and means more. You just need to treat your finances with the same adventurous mindset you're bringing to the road. Safety is one of the most common concerns people have about van life. And let's face it, when you tell someone you're planning to sleep in a van in unfamiliar places, their first reaction usually isn't, "Wow, that sounds safe." It's more like, "Aren't you worried about, everything?" From break-ins to wild animals to just being alone at night, the fear of not having four walls and a front door keeps a lot of people from even trying. But here's the truth, most of those fears are rooted in unfamiliarity, not reality. Yes, safety's important, and yes, things can happen, but they can happen anywhere. A well-chosen campsite or parking spot, some basic awareness, and a few simple precautions can go a long way. The van life community's full of experienced travelers who share tips, routes, and safety advice to help others stay secure. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you liked the video so far. Many worry that van life means isolation and disconnection from friends, family, and familiar routines. The thought of long stretches of solitude can seem daunting, as if being alone on the road might lead to a loss of belonging. Yet van life often creates opportunities for unexpected connections and deep, meaningful encounters. Travelers frequently bond over shared experiences at campsites or through online communities, reminding you that you're never truly alone. Moreover, solitude can be a path to self-discovery and inner peace. Embracing the occasional quiet moment can enrich your journey, turning loneliness into a catalyst for growth and renewed relationships. Thanks for watching. Here's another video camping enthusiasts loved watching.